Elisha, let me throw this video quick because you mentioned the U.S. volleyball Olympian. Her name is Kim Glass, who was attacked in downtown L.A. So let's just throw to that real quick.
This was in downtown Los Angeles. Daylight.
Right.
And out of nowhere, you get socked by a 10-inch bolt. And I just have to think, when you think back on that, there has to be something in your mind that's saying, why in the world did that happen? And when you ask yourself that, how do you answer it?
You know, I sat with it. I was thinking about it in the ambulance as I was talking to my mom on FaceTime. And I was like, Mom, I don't know why this happened to me. And I was like, there's nothing I could have done to prevent it. You know, like, I think sometimes we feel like kind of immune when we're walking in the daytime, right? Regardless. And I think about what I could have done. And for me, I feel like I'm always alert, and there's nothing I could have done to prevent this. You know, I know everyone's out there offering me self-defense classes, and how'd you let him get close to you? I'm like, he wasn't close, and I could have never predicted this happening. And there's been other victims around Los Angeles, and it keeps on happening, and everyone's paying attention to me because I'm an Olympian, right? But these other attackers haven't been, the other victims haven't been vindicated, right? Every time someone's being let out on the street again and again, they're doing a disservice, and they're pretty much saying that these victims' traumas were in vain. At this point, what's the answer? You know? Because everything that we're doing right now is not working. Yeah, well, and there needs to be a change, and that's evident.
A lot of that answer, frankly, comes from people like you when you go public.
I just hope that God leads me and is like, gives me the right words, or just leads me in the direction that's for everyone's highest good. Sorry.
We wish you could.
Because, you know, I didn't expect all
Hugs
this.
through the TV camera to you.
Kim, we're praying for you.
Elisha, I'm going to guess that most people watching this right now did not see that. Well, they don't watch CNN and MSNBC and the rest of it anyway, but I'm going to guess that didn't make it to CNN and MSNBC. I mean, a young black woman gets assaulted. I mean, those bruises were serious. That was a serious bash to her face. I thought we're supposed to care about this sort of thing, but seemingly only Fox cares about it. What's going on here?
It is interesting. There's even been some stories when I mentioned earlier all of the mad moms that are saying, no, you're not going to mask our kids again. No, you're not going to do COVID lockdowns again. The largest business group here in LA County has told the county superintendents, we're not doing this again. You're choosing people's livelihoods and lives are at stake. We're not doing this again. And only conservative outlets are covering it. Why? Because it doesn't fit the mainstream media narrative is that the government is the best and they're the end all be all. God bless her for speaking up. As I mentioned, I've had friends that have been assaulted and stalked by homeless people. I love the flower market. It's my thing. But I no longer take my girls down there because there are so many encampments that you can't even street park anymore. The sidewalks and the streets are full. And I feel for these people, but people like the man that attacked her, I will not use his name because he doesn't deserve any more media headlines. He deserves to be behind bars. And I only wish that Kim would go a little further and speak out for all of the victims and say, you know, all the signatures are in. I hope Gascon gets recalled. There's a runoff between Karen Bass and Rick Caruso. It's pretty obvious which of the two are going to be a better choice for Los Angeles. So I hope that more people see her story and more people get involved, because it's not just the president that is the end all be all. If COVID taught us anything, left, right, and center, your local races matter.
And by the way, we all know how this game is played. There is simply no doubt that Kim will soon be called alt-right and everything else for having gone on Fox to discuss being bashed by a homeless person because of progressive policies.